This is like my 30th time trying to record this intro, and I think whatever this one is what I'm going to go with. So in today's video, I'll be talking about everything that I love about Diablo 4 and some of my minor concerns about future gameplay and replayability. But other than that, I'd say it's a phenomenal game. I just have to start this off and preface this by saying I'm by no means a game critic. I'm just going to give you my thoughts and my opinions on the game, as I've put in well over 100 hours since closed betas started and early access was given to me, as well as a lot of time in D3. So I do have some experience with the franchise as well as the game, but I'm really just here to give you my opinion and maybe help you come to a conclusion as to whether or not you think you would enjoy this game. Honestly, I'd say let's get right into how the game just feels right out the gate, before we get into any of the nitty-gritty of how the combat feels or how I think the leveling scales or anything like that. Just my overall opinion on the feel of the game. And I would say that it feels amazing. It plays incredibly smooth. It's almost exactly what I expected from Blizzard when they announced this game coming out at last year's Game Awards. I've been extremely excited for this game to come out. I have been hyped. I have been consuming just about every piece of Diablo 4 media that has come my way, and I've been seeking it out as well. I absolutely love this franchise. I spent an ungodly amount of hours on D3, and it was a lot of fun. I'd say that D4 fits in right at home with the rest of the games. And that kind of brings me to my first concern with D4, and that is, it feels like Blizzard played it kind of safe overall. It does feel a lot like D2 and D3 as far as base mechanics go. And yes, some things have been changed around, but I do feel like Blizzard could have pushed the boundaries a little bit more. That being said, we still haven't had Season 1 come out yet, or an expansion, which we know they have plans for at least 2. So I still have slight hopes that maybe they'll bring something new to the table to really change it up. But I mean, that's really my only concern with the game, is longevity-wise, how will they keep the player base interested? As a Diablo fan, I have no issue, and anyone that's played Diablo games knows that endgame is essentially you running Nightmare or Torment level dungeons repeatedly, just trying to get a slightly better roll. And I find that extremely fun. The hunt for that gear, seeing my numbers get bigger and me doing more crit damage, and my class working out just the way I want, is exactly why I love the Diablo franchise. This kind of brings me to my first point to anyone that's looking at getting into this game, and that is, if you are willing to put in the time, you will 110% see your efforts come back to you. But I don't think that should be a deterrent to anyone that would be considered a quote-unquote casual. Overall, the amount of freedom you have as a player to just try everything, play around with your build, figure out what you like to do best. I wouldn't say you have to do a meta build in this game to have fun. Now, you may put out more damage, but explore it. Have fun with it. The amount of base skills in just your main tree is incredible, and that's not even getting into at all any of the Paragon levels or the glyphs. If any of you guys were D3 players, the best way I can describe the Paragon levels with the glyphs in D4 is it's essentially the same way Paragon levels worked in D3, as well as the runes, but they've been joined together. The glyphs are what we would call runes in D3, and the Paragon levels are, well, they're Paragon levels. Not anything too crazy here, but it's a fun change. I think this way of working your way through the tree is amazing. All things taken into consideration, I think D4 has a promising future ahead of it as another staple in the Diablo franchise. Overall, it feels amazing just going through the open world and taking on public events, fighting the mobs, interacting with other players you meet around the world. It's honestly, it's amazing. It's exactly what I was hoping this game would be, and Blizzard delivered 110%. They delivered on what they said they were going to give us. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I do feel like they played it a little safe, and I do have hopes for them with upcoming seasons and expansions to come. But as for right now, I see myself playing this game a lot, at least until Season 1 comes around and I have a chance to take a look at the seasonal content. And that will truly be the deciding factor as to whether or not this game stays in my main rotation for games that I play on a regular basis. As of right now, CSGO has taken a large part of my life, as well as Overwatch. Both games are a blast to play, and I've been having so much fun. But Diablo is just scratching that certain itch. I hope that this has maybe helped you in some way, shape, or form to come to form a decision around Diablo. Obviously, my opinion is biased. I truly do enjoy every aspect of this game and everything it has to offer. I have very high hopes for it in the future, but that's my 2 cents. That's what I think of Diablo so far and the content that we've gotten to see. The response from the community has been great. Devs have been absolutely amazing as far as response time goes for any patches or bug fixes that need to go through. They're done within a day or two of them being notified. It's amazing to see a dev team that actually cares enough to listen to the community. It's been a blast, and I have many more hours to sink into this game, and I hope to maybe see you guys out there.